For 18 years, I was gone, lost, forgotten. Then they found me. My wealthy parents finally tracked me down, the daughter they'd misplaced, but when I stepped through that grand front door, their adopted replacement was already sobbing dramatically on the marble floor, clutching my mother's hand like her life depended on it. I bowed slightly, my voice calm. Thank you for raising me, but my sister's here now. There's no need for me anymore. My parents barely glanced my way. They knelt beside her instead, stroking her hair like she was fragile glass. Sweetheart, you are, and always will be, our only daughter. My fiancé stood by her side, eyes full of devotion. I don't care who you are, you're the only one I'll ever love. I was invisible, again. When a drunk driver shattered my car into a twisted wreck, my parents didn't even visit the hospital. They were busy throwing a birthday party for her dog. By the time I crawled out of that hospital bed, I was done. NASA had made me an offer, a 5-year, isolated research mission in deep space. No contact, no family, perfect. 3 days before departure, I went back home one last time. My mother's face twisted with rage the moment she saw me. Wendy, it's been months. Do you have any idea how heartbroken your sister was when you missed her dog's birthday? My father, cold as stone, muttered, she's gotten too independent. Maybe it's time she left for good. They didn't know 3 months earlier, I'd been run off the road by someone they trusted. By Luna. She stood at the top of the stairs in an expensive dress, a gift from my father. Don't scold my sister, she said sweetly, her voice like sugar over a knife. She's just busy with her doctorate. After all, my father scoffed. What a waste of time, she can't even bother to come home. I said nothing. The truth? Luna had hired someone to hit me with a car, and they had no clue. Later, my mother slipped off her heirloom necklace, the one she'd once promised to me, and fastened it around Luna's neck instead. She really wanted it, my mother said softly. You understand, right? I understood perfectly. The next morning, Luna brought me breakfast, all smiles and sisterly love, but her hand slipped, and the scalding soup splashed down her arm. The scream echoed through the house. You monster, my father roared, slapping me so hard my ears rang. After all we've done for you, treating our daughter like this, Luna whimpered, playing her part perfectly, tears brimming. Please don't blame my sister. I can handle it, as long as I can stay with you. That was Luna's gift, playing victim until everyone bent to her will. Even Oscar, my childhood fiancé, was hypnotized by her helpless act. Wendy, he said coldly, why do you always hurt her? I said nothing. What was the point? They planned a family camping trip and left me stranded in the wilderness. I crawled home a week later, starving, torn clothes, half dead. They didn't care, they barely noticed. This house belongs to your sister, Wendy, my father said bluntly. She's been here for 18 years. You're just an intruder. The next day, Luna tripped herself down the stairs and accused me of pushing her. That was the final straw. On my last day, at a prestigious conference, I found my parents, Luna and Oscar, posing for photos. My father beamed. This is my brilliant daughter, founder of a tech company about to go public. Someone asked about me. My father's face darkened. Rumors, we only have one daughter. I stepped forward. Luna's smile faltered. Sister, what are you doing here? Did you steal an invitation? I didn't answer. My professor stepped in. Actually, Wendy is the inventor of the aerospace patent you're after. My father pulled me aside, voice low. Hand it over. Give it to Luna. You owe her. I smiled. Pay for it. His face turned red with fury. I walked out past a toy shop window where a giant teddy bear sat. Once, when I was small, my father promised to buy me 100 bears just like that. Now, he bought the entire store for Luna without a second thought. As they drove off, I stood alone in the cold. That night, I packed my things outside the house. My bags were already thrown to the curb like garbage. The housekeeper apologized softly. They told me to put your things out. They said, you're no longer welcome. I didn't argue. I picked up my bags and walked away. At the airport, just before my flight to NASA's remote facility, I sent one final message to my family group chat. From this moment forward, I sever all ties with the Brown family. Seconds later, a reply popped up from Luna. Sister, Mom and Dad have a message for you. Attached was a video. In it, my parents sat cuddled with her dog, laughing, Luna's voice came from off-screen. Mom, Dad, Wendy says she's leaving forever. Any final words? My father chuckled. Good, saves us the trouble. They didn't even blink. I turned off my phone and disappeared into the sky.